everyone, and welcome to our Edtech Tuesdays. Today we're going to be learning how to go from screen to screen, PowerZone teaching with your iPads using your curriculum. So you make sure that if you have your iPad with you, if you want to follow along, sign into your Google account, Microsoft account, just in case. We're going to be using Google Slides. So make sure that you're signed in with your PSJA email, which is your Google account, into Google. If you haven't done so, just click on any Google app and then put your information in there. So today, your presenters are going to be myself, and technically, I'm taking a little step back, and our amazing CIT and CLL from Ramirez Elementary is going to take over. Her name is Denisse Garcia, and she super spiffed up even today. She looks beautiful, and she'll be ready to present. Just some norms while we're doing in the presentation. Make sure that you keep your mic muted. Take any risks. Have fun. Don't be scared or shy of trying new things. This is what embracing technology and trying new things is about. Ask questions in the chat. If there's any questions, I will be here to support the answers. While Denisse is presenting, Debbie will be also here. She will we'll both be supporting any questions that you have. And if we don't have the answers, we will make sure to get them and provide them to you as soon as we can. And one of the quotes that Denisse liked, she added in here, and is, let's shift defensiveness to curiosity. So if we have anybody in our campus when they're not really willing to try technology yet, just let them know. I'm like, just be a little curious. See what actually can do for you. And like it's stated here, make sure that you're registered and checked in our PD system. Debbie already shared all that with you in the chat. So this is what we're going to be doing today. First, we're going to explain what is being in the PowerZone. What does it look like? Then we're going to show you how to download the math curriculum to your iPad and then open it in Goodnotes. We're going to show you how to screen share using your iPad into the screen beam so it projects into your new line boards in your classrooms, and then deliver that instruction while you're annotating in there. And without further ado, here comes our amazing CIT and CLL, Denisse Garcia.
Hello, everybody. So I'm going to start off our presentation with the first thing on our agenda, which is the PowerZone, right? What is the PowerZone? How does it look for us in our t-test? How does it look for us in the classroom? How can it help us, right? So the PowerZone is basically you moving around the room while teaching. So you're not stuck at your desk or just the front of the class. I know that if you do use the new line board and you're teaching from the new line board with the pen that it comes with the new line, that's an option, but you are stuck at the front of the class. So if you have babies in the back that are maybe being distracted or not on task or maybe not understanding, it might be a little difficult for you to be going back and forth. So it does help you stay close to your students, increase that engagement and accountability. We want to make sure that all our students are understanding and all our students are working, right? And one of the things that we can use to be able to be in the PowerZone are our tech tools that we have that our district has for us, your campus has for us, like the iPad and our projector, right? Projecting it to our new line board while we circulate our classroom, right? So for example, you're annotating on the lesson slides from your iPad and you're standing right next to your students. So there's a question going around in the room. You don't have to come back, jot, go back to the kids. You're basically around them, right? That's the PowerZone. And it's also going to improve your classroom management and student focus. So we have a student that's drifting off task, but you need that presence right next to them. There's some of our babies that they just need that extra moral support of you standing next to them. So that's going to help as well. This is part of your t-test. So if you're going through your rubric, being in the PowerZone with your students and being able to monitor, adjust your lesson, and make sure that they are achieving the expectations, that's going to help you out as well during your t-test, either your pre-announced, your pre-announced or your post, like the beginning of the year and the end of the year one that you have from your AP and your principal. So this is a check off for you all as well. Move on to the next one. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to talk briefly about this and I'll come back to it. This is how we are going to connect to our new line. So you do need to have your iPad with you and you need to swipe down at the top, the right corner, the quick access menu, and select screen mirror and your screen. And I will share that. So right now, after I finish going over, I will share the view of my iPad to kind of show you where you can find that. But right now is a quick picture. If you want to take a picture of it just to know how to connect, this is where it would be. So how are we going to access the curriculum on our iPad? We do have
Well,
an
I
app.
have a question. I'm sorry. So all our iPads come with that thing that says Screen Bean on it?
It is
So,
a share play, yes.
so that will be in the iPads and we can teach you how to do it. And just for time purposes, just type it on the chat and we'll be able to respond to you as well.
So we do have an app called My Apps, and it is on your iPad. You'll get to the tree of curriculum, right? The tree of life. For this instance, we're going to select math. We're going to select the grade level we want, semester and week, and we're going to go into our daily slide so that you can see how that looks on your new line and how you will be able to annotate. We're going to share, export, send a copy, put it in PDF, go into Goodnotes and all that good stuff. These are just the instructions, but I am going to take you step by step. That's why Valentin at the beginning said take out your iPads, because this is kind of like a make and take, right? You're going to try it out with me. And of course, any questions as you are logging in with me and doing the process with me, go ahead and please put them in the chat so that Valentin can be quick in responding to you. So at this time, we just need everybody to grab that iPad and follow along. I am going to share my screen of my iPad. All right, so here is your iPad. I hope there's no echo because I'm connected on both. But so we suggest that you do turn that iPad, and you know what, let me take off. We do suggest that you do put it landscape. That way you can see your curriculum a lot better. If you do have it standing up, it does limit the drop downs on the curriculum. So just an FYI. If for any reason yours is not turning, that means the setting up here in the corner, that little rotate with the lock, it's probably locked. So just keep that in mind as you're going through the iPad. So we're going to turn it and we're going to look for an app that says My Apps. So mine is right here. So look for that one right there. I'll give y'all a couple of seconds.
Maybe you pressed it a little bit, so just like tap it.
See.
There we go. And then adding on to that lock, go ahead, like if you just want to lock it on landscape, you can do it and it will stay like that. So even when you're moving around and if you shift it, it won't shift when you're projecting.
All right. So once I click My Apps, it'll take me here. And you'll look for your tree of life, which is that elementary curriculum. For me, it's that third one. Yours might be a little bit more down. It just depends. And you go ahead and click it and it'll open a tab. This is what I mean by signing in. Mine keeps logging me out because I didn't put stay signed in. Valentin me regañó. It's okay. I'm quick, I promise. So I might ask you to log in. There we go. Once you're logged in and you do click that tree of life, this is where it will take you. Now we are going to drop down that arrow for mathematics. And we are going to click mathematics. This is where you would find your reading curriculum and everything else. So we'd click on that. And we are going to scroll. I'm going to do third grade. Any third grade teachers in the building?
There's no responses. Maybe there's not.
Should I do another grade level? No, I'll do third. Okay, so it'll start loading, right? Y el que quiero nos hace load. Ay, no. Okay, we'll do fourth then. Right here in the top corner, it's lagging. Did y'all see me scroll?
No, the screen is still on the website for the curriculum.
It's because I'm scrolling on it, but it's not showing you that I'm scrolling, right?
No. So
Let
double
me
click.
refresh.
Yeah. I will say swipe from the bottom up and then close it. So it will refresh that app.
I did. Let me stop presenting and then represent. All right, 3, 2, 1. There we go. So I am back in my apps. Elementary curriculum. Y. Okay, this is the math. All right, so we are going to click the top corner. I'm just going to do fifth because it's already open. Dun, 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 dun. It's my iPad lagging, guys. It's not me, I promise. All right, so this is where it leads you, which is your planning, your plan guide. I am going to go into next week's. That way you guys can already have next week's ready. So I'm going to click on September 15th. And it's going to take me to that day slide. So right here, it's the Bluebonnet lesson facilitation slides. So we're going to go ahead and click on that one. And then we have it right here. I am going to open it with Google Slides. So if you see at the top, it says Google Slides Open in Slides app. I am going to click that blue button, Open. And you should have that app downloaded already because it comes with a district iPad. And it'll automatically direct me to it. Now, here I'm going to show you the way to open it in Goodnotes. This will allow you to save all of your annotations that you have. So I'm going to click the 3 dots at the top. I am going to click Share and Export. And remember, this is being recorded. So if you want to go back and see it, you can. And then we are going to send a copy. We're not actually going to send a copy, but that's going to allow us to be able to open it in Goodnotes. We are going to click PDF. Click OK. And then there at the bottom, it will say Open in Goodnotes, the third to the last one. You click on that, and it'll automatically open it on Goodnotes. And there we go. It might ask you to open it as a new document, and you can also click that as well. So this is how it'll look. And these are all the slides that are on here. Now I am going to now connect this to my new line board behind me. So if you can see my screen, my new line is up there, and I'm going to show you how it's going to look. So that was the first step, and we had a question on that. Your iPad does have this accessibility. I believe all campuses should have screen beams onto their new lines. That would be the way that you would connect like this. You would pull that corner where that battery is. You pull it, drag it down from the corner, and you would see this again where we saw the little lock. You're going to click that 2 rectangles that are on the side. You click that one. and you're going to look for your TV. My TV says C108, so that's what I'm looking for. I click it, and my TV will give me a code, as you can see behind me. And all codes are different, right? Each screen and each time that you connect, your code will be different. It's not the same. And then you click OK, and it'll mirror. So you can see behind me, we have that that PowerPoint presentation, right? But on Goodnotes. And as you can see, now behind me, you cannot see the little pen and everything that I'm using on my iPad. However, the screen that I'm sharing onto the meeting right now, you can see that we do have settings at the top for your pen, to erase, to highlight, to insert a picture, to insert a text box. So all of these up here, the kids don't see them, which is cool because you're kind of just showing them what you want them to see, right? And here is where you annotate. So let's say you are working on fluency application problem here with the kids. They're doing this application problem in their booklet. You're walking around. Maybe you're getting suggestions. Maybe you want to pass this iPad to the student that's going to solve it for you, or the group that's going to help you. And you can easily pass it, and they can easily jot whatever it is that you're doing, whatever you're drawing, if you're doing your get, if you're whatever it is you're teaching. And as you can see, it's a little light, but everything that's coming out on here, on the iPad, is coming out on here. And I don't need to be writing on the new line. I'm on the iPad. Now, sorry, two fingers. So same thing, concept development, you can write, you can highlight, you can scratch out anything that you need to do, and it'll show up there. You can erase, and you're in the power zone. Now, another thing, another way, we're going to go into a different way that you can do it because of our reading curriculum. So this is it for the math part. I'm going to go really quickly into the reading. Yes, Valentin?
Yes, I just wanted to add real quick that if you want to add even more interactivity when you're doing your lessons, you could have your students even go to the board and solve those answers there, or have two at a time, one in the iPad showing at the same time and another one going to the board and solving the same at the same time. You would just take the screenshot on the new line, and then they're able to write at the same time. It won't show up on the iPad, but it will show up for everybody to see.
Yes. And that's going to help a lot too, be holding the kids accountable, because when I was in the classroom, I would be like, you have to solve it because I'm going around and I'm going to cold call, and somebody's getting this iPad and solving it in front of all of us. And they're like, oh my gosh, like everybody's going to see. So then I would be very student led because I'd pass that iPad around, and that iPad was going everywhere and everybody was writing everywhere. So by the end of the year, my kids already knew how to use all these things at the top, which is good, right? You're having student agency, and you engage your lessons even better. Now we are going to go into going back into the curriculum in a different way to annotate. So I'm going to go back into the slides right here. So this is back into the slides. And the way that I could see everything that I opened, you can double click the button if you have a button one. I have a button one. And everything that I have opened is there. So I can just select the Google Slides one. That's the one we opened. Now, what we've noticed with the reading curriculum, and we're trying to see if we can solve it a different way. But as for right now, the curriculum, once we do the reading curriculum, the slides, the sabas that they created, if we do this, I don't know if you've noticed that if you've already tried it, it does distort some of the notepads and the text boxes. We've done more like third, fourth, and fifth. I haven't checked lower grades how, if it gets distorted when it goes into Goodnotes, but the ones that I've seen in third, fourth, and fifth, it does. So this is a different way. Once you're here, you're not going to click the three dots. You're not going to share and export. You're not going to go through there. You're going to go through the play button, which is that very first button, and you are going to present to external display. Now, once you present, you can see, it's loading. So you can see behind me, that's what it looks like for the kids. Behind me, you will see the slideshow normal. On your iPad, you will see it like this, the way that it's shown on the meeting. You would click that pen in the top corner, and then this is where you would make your annotations. Now, the only thing about this is that your annotations don't save. However, can I still be in the power zone? Can I still give this iPad to the kids? Can they still write on it? Yes, they can. Can you still write on it? Yes. And it will not distort anything. So you go into the next slide, like we were over here, right? Fluency, sorry. If we were here, you would be able, it also shows you your notes. So that script that it has, it shows it for you on the iPad. Notice for the kids behind me, it doesn't show it. And you can write on here, right? I don't know what the problem is, but you can write on here. This is another option in case in Savas it is getting distorted. So those are two options for you to be able to be in the power zone and annotate while you're teaching the curriculum.
And we know that this is not ideal. So we're finding further solutions for that curriculum. And another one would be downloading the curriculum from the slides as a PDF. But instead of opening it up on Goodnotes, you can open it on Adobe Acrobat. You need to have the Acrobat app in the iPad, and then you're able to annotate in there as well. But this is just temporarily. We're going to try to fix so we can use Goodnotes for the RLA curriculum.
Yes. I know it was very quick, but like I said, it is being recorded for you all to go back. Do we have some time for some Q&A? Were we able to answer everything?
We do. So we'll share the slides with you, and this is what we put in here. Due to text moving in Goodnotes, use Google Slides or download as PDF and open an Adobe Acrobat on your iPad, and you will do everything that Denisse was just sharing with you on how to screenwrite, how to annotate, and that will be great. So you can contact us anytime you want. Myself, Ms. Garcia is here also for your support. But me and Debbie, we're your instructional technology specialists for all of our campuses in elementary. So feel free to reach out for me. I oversee all the FAR campuses. Debbie sees all the San Juan and Alamo. You can reach to one of us, to both of us. We're here to support you. So if you have any questions right now, this is a great time that you can unmute and ask questions to our expert, Denisse Garcia, on this matter.
And we'll get ready for our door prizes as we are taking any questions.
Valentin, this is Ms. Ornelas. I just had a quick question. I'm not sure if everyone's having the same issues. My new line board has been dropping while I'm presenting. It says no signal. So I find myself having to turn off my new line board, then turn it back on. I'm not sure if that's a Wi-Fi thing, if it's the board thing or a district thing, or should I make a ticket? Because I'm not sure why it keeps dropping.
So let's make a ticket. Always when something is acting like that, I will suggest, like what you said, restarting. But what I want to know, you do have a screen beam in your new line board behind it?
Yes.
So that will be the screen beam. So make sure that you disconnect the screen beam, wait for 10 seconds, reconnect it again. But it could be that the screen beam does need a firmware update. So if you try that and it still doesn't work, go ahead and do a help desk ticket. Make sure that you add your lab manager in there so she knows that there's an issue going on with the screening in the campus, because the technicians will go into your campus and they will go to her. But you do CC her when you do the ticket. And I'm glad that actually you're doing your own tickets, because that's really what we want to do.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, we can still get more.
I have a quick question.
Go ahead.
So when we download from Google Slides to PDF, does the text change if we go directly from Google Slides to PDF? It changes, right? That's the issue.
So the issue is not making it into a PDF. The issue has been that even as a PDF, putting it into Goodnotes, there is just one part, and It's a Post-it that is blue that is in almost every other slide in RLA. The text in that Post-it gets moved up. Now the PDF looks great, but once we put it in Goodnotes, it moves the text up and it's not really legible. Now you can use it and you can try it if you're able to read it, and feel free to use it that way. We're just providing a solution because we came across this issue when we were preparing for this presentation, and we found you two solutions that you can still use them right now. That's why we brought it up, because we know that you will encounter that issue, and we want to make sure to have something ready for you.
So thank you.
Try the Adobe one, because I know Adobe you're able to draw and you can save it.
And
So that
Adobe
would
will
work.
save.
All right. If there's any more questions, you can still ask, but let's go ahead and spin and see who our lucky winner is today. So good luck, everyone. First name out is our winner. If they're still here, you do have to be present to win. Rosalinda, are you still here?
Rosalinda, you still here with us? Ms. Munoz, Rosalinda, I think I saw her, but just unmute yourself and let us know that you're here.
Put a message in the chat or say, hey, it's me.
Well, I don't see her signed in, Debbie.
Well, all righty. On to the next one then. Here we go. Evelyn, are you still with us?
I'm here.
Yay! Okay, you're our lucky winner today.
Yay.
Congratulations.
That's a really good question I'm going to ask. To have access to download Adobe Acrobat into your iPad. I was about to type it, but we're about to leave and I just want to answer it. Ms. Marroquin, so there's two things that you can do. When you go into the App Store, you can sign out in the App Store from your PSJA credentials, but keep it in general. And just in the App Store, log in with your personal iTunes account. If you don't have an iTunes Store, create a free one. The thing is that your PSJA email cannot be tied in with your credit card. So they don't allow us to purchase anything with that in the App Store. Now, the second thing that you can do, you could submit a help desk ticket and then request that that app is pushed to your device. You need to make sure that you do put the name of your device on the help desk ticket. And let me just real quick show you how to do that. If you are, let me see where it was. Let me share my screen on my iPad. Okay. I think you guys are able to see my screen. If you go into settings, you go to About, and your iPad needs to have this convention. Now, it won't say tech, but it will say the 3-digit code for your campus. So for Ramirez, it's RAM, and then it has to have the dash, and then the ISTA, and then the dash, and then the barcode number in the back. So make sure that everything is listed like this, the dashes in between, and the letters in capital letters. This makes it register into the system and automatically pushes all the staff apps. So this is for staff iPads, and it will push it to your iPad. So you grab that, and then you submit the help desk ticket with that name so they can push it to your iPad. I hope that answers the question. And if there's no more questions, it's 5 o'clock, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Don't forget to reach out to myself, Debbie, or even to, Denisse Garcia if you have questions about this project. And with anything that you need, Instructional Technology Assistant, Debbie and I are here to support you. Take care.
Have a good night, everyone.